Oops. Hey, good morning. I'm getting ready to go for, excuse me, I always have to clear my throat. I'm getting ready to go for my walk, but before I go, I did a little workout this morning. So, but this is what I'm going to do. It's 11:01 a.m. and look at the sky. It looks like it's cool, but it's not. And it's still kind of warm, but before I go, I was on Facebook, and I was going to talk about this amazing dinner I made last night, but I had posted something about physical abuse. This man, it was a picture of a man with a belt getting ready to abuse this lady. And one of my friends, her name is Lisa, she's from New York. It's a group. It's called, I grew up in, well, maybe it's not I grew up in New York. Maybe it's I lived in Flatbush in 1968 or something with Erasmus Hall High. But I saw that, and she made a post about abuse, and I'm going to talk about physical abuse on my walk, and I'm going to tell a true story. But before I do that, I saw another post, and I wrote it down on this piece of paper here. And Nina Simone made this quote, and I have to, it's a plane going over, because I live right across from the airport, the Burbank Airport. Nina Simone wrote that, made this statement. It says, "What keeps me sane was knowing that things would change, and it was a question of keeping myself together until they did." And that kind of like connected with that post I had put up, and I really didn't pay it any attention until my friend from New York made a comment on it. And it says, "What keeps me sane was knowing that things would change, and it was a question of keeping myself together until they did." Okay, let's go and let's start my walk. And you know what my street look like, but at the same time, I love to walk and show it. Okay, that's a beautiful plant right there. I like the color. All right, let me make sure I have my keys because, hey, wait a minute, that's my phone. Uh, we live in this beautiful, secure building. Okay, and look, isn't this nice what he did? Before it was just dirt, and now he took and put uh, these little wood chips in here. Smells like a farm or something, but, well, whatever. Oh, and they're really trying to make it look real nice. Let's take a deep breath. I'm working out at the same time. I did a workout before I left. Like I'm I'm getting in. Well, I'm getting in shape. Uh, in 2014, I am working on opening up a fitness and a wellness center for women. Well, all people, really. Wow, look how fast he's going. And it's a residential neighborhood. Um, it's a fitness and wellness center for baby boomers, you know. And I'm 60. Look how good I look. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. Hope I don't get a little emotional here, but I heard a little, look at a little puppy over there. I used to have a dog like that, and I had to get rid of him because my baby was like 2, 3 months old, and there were fleas in the house. I didn't want no fleas on my baby, so I gave him to, who did I give him to? I think I gave him to my brother. His name was Company, and I, look at that, look like a lion. Okay, this is my story, and if you saw the picture on Facebook, you would understand why I got a little emotional. Lisa told a story about her daughter, that her daughter married this dude, and he physically abused her. And Lisa broke off a table leg, and she said, "You never seen a big white mama run as fast as she did after him down the street." And she didn't beat him like she wanted to, but the police caught him, and he did. Ooh, hold on a minute. Can you see this? Isn't this something? Ooh, ooh, look. Isn't that? You know what? I forgot to bring my money so I could get the change to do my wash. Oh, wait. I must show you. $2. If all walks were like that. Anyhow, and how I spotted that, I don't know. Radar. Um, anyhow, she talked about that, and that brought up something regarding myself. I was in my first marriage, wasn't really abusive, but there was some towards the end. There was some abuse, you know. But my second marriage was very, very much abusive. And sometimes we as young women, we don't know any better, you know, and we don't. Even if other women say, "Girl, don't get hooked up with that man. He's like this and he's like that." We don't listen because we think we can change these men. No, we can't. We can't change them. Change has to come from within, and they have to do the changing. Just like you make changes in your life, it ain't no love, it ain't no coochie, it ain't no money that's gonna make them change. They have to want to change for themselves, and that's just the bottom line. So you either gonna stay where you are and become a victim, or you're going to pack up and leave, or you're going to learn how to survive in a situation where you are not the victim. What the hell? Why would somebody duty in the street like that? So I was in this relationship, getting knocked around, you know, and I'm a small woman, and I'm soft-spoken at times, and I'm not the type that if I'm arguing with you, I'm basically not going to use profanity. I'm not going to talk about your mama. I want to talk about the issue at hand. That's what I'm discussing and talking about. And I was with this guy, and he didn't know how, I think, to argue and to use his words and talk about what we both were feeling and experiencing. So he would talk about my mother and just unnecessary crap. So, but one day he had been gone all day, maybe 2 or 3 days, and he took my car, and I had to take the bus to work, walk over to the store, even though I did that anyhow with going to the store. The store is right up the street. Why spend gas only unless I was going to Stater Brothers? So when he came home, I had made up my mind that I'm not going to take any more ass whoopings. You know, he not gonna put his hands on me and I'm sucking this motherfucker's dick. That shit ain't about to happen. So I went and I cut these branches off the tree in our backyard. And I must have cut about 6 or 7 of them. I cut quite a bit. And in cutting them, I made sure they were heavy enough for me to swing and light enough for me to swing, but heavy enough to knock a motherfucker out. Matter of fact, I don't know if you could see that, but you see the thickness on this little tree? I did branches sizes like this, and I took about 6 or 7 of them. I'm coming up to that mobile home where that doggy is, and I did about 6 or 7 of them, and I took all those little sticky branch things off, sandpapered the ends, both ends at my hole, and then I stuck them around the house strategically. And you say, oh my God, why would you live like that? Finish my fucking house. I had no money to move, you know. I worked, you know, what I did, look, I'm crossing early. And it don't seem to make any damn sense. But, okay, to cross away, don't you know, that motherfucker can run across the street and eat me if he want to. But anyhow, I put them all around the house, depending on where the confrontation would start. And as I was saying about it's my house. You know, I worked at the mall. You know, I cleaned the food court at the Indian Hill Mall in Pomona. That was years ago. And that dog was sitting up there. I don't know if you could see him, but look at it. Well, you can't. Can you see him sitting there in the driver's seat? He could jump out that window if he want to. But anyhow, as I was saying, I worked at the mall. I cleaned the food court. So, you know, and I didn't work every day either. And I had 4 children. You know, he made very good money, but when he was drunk, he was an idiot. So, and I'm gonna tell you something that women may not like hearing. When you're in a relationship and a man, I hate when I'm walking and people in cars think, oh, that's a pedestrian. Let's run that bitch over. Anyhow, back to when you're in a relationship, I don't care what the man says or do. I don't care what you think. Excuse me. This is what you control it. Not him. Well, he has control too. But you control what comes into your life and what goes out of your life. You control what you eat. You control what you don't want to eat. But you control it. Okay, I'm right here getting to the corner. I'm going to stop it for a few minutes because it's a bitch uploading when it's more than 15 minutes. And I'm just going to start it back up again. I'll see you in a bit.